Okay, I guess we're not going to go back and finish off El Roca. Yeah, still on there. D11. How about that? We also never did find Psych. Did I finish D9? Oh gosh, that's just another random unique just wandering about, waiting to ruin our day when the time is right to strike. You know what? That's fine. We'll just take it, I guess. Are there any other roguelikes I enjoy playing? Really? Most of them? I feel like none have had quite the staying power. I feel I've always come back to DCSS. Especially since it's nice because it works on any computer, you know, even the crappiest of laptops that I had during school and stuff like that. It worked out nicely. I'm trying to think of what I would label even as like my top roguelikes. I mean, Faster Than Light, I guess that's more of a roguelite, so maybe I'll ask for clarification there if you mean truly the like very kind of strict definition of roguelike, or just any kind of the more colloquial definition of the phrase. Tales of Maj'El I tried once. I didn't love the visual style. I found it to be a little bit overcrowded and busy, but Caves of Cud, Cud? I don't actually know how it's pronounced. Is one that I haven't tried out, but have mean to get around to at some point down the road. But yeah, no, mostly just this one. A few others that I've kind of picked up, tried out a little bit, left by the wayside. I guess even stuff like I played Dungeons of Dreadmore for a while back in the day. That was a fun one. But that was mostly because I just had a lot of fun, like, thematic character run set up in that one. But no, definitely haven't really explored them too much out of the way. You were wondering about true roguelites? FTL is dope, though. Oh, it really is, isn't it? That's one that I also go back to every once in a while just to relive the glory days, because I absolutely love that game. Super fun. But you feel like the only person who prefers ASCII for tome? Oh, I guess that is Tales of Maj'El. For a second, my brain supplied that, then was like, no, Torin, you're an idiot. Don't say that out loud. They'll realize you're a fraud and not a true roguelike enjoyer. But I think that that's fair. Yeah, because exactly, I found that the visual style of that game was just too cluttered and there's too much going on. Or at least it wasn't kind of built in a way that my brain could parse it well. So I think that that's fine. And the tiles are too big to see enough of the map. Yeah, I think that that's fair enough. Maybe I could have gone into it if I'd stuck with the ASCII side, but I think that I'm too much of a sucker for DCSS. I don't know if anyone else will ever be able to tear us apart. Because I've even been meaning to try like Rift Wizard and Cogmind, since those were two that I knew Ninth was playing and they were enjoying. We'll see what I end up kind of dabbling with here or there in the future. But again, I'm a sucker for DCSS. Just keep coming back. But okie dokie, I think we're going to start exploring Swamp a little bit. But before we do, I'm going to take just a quick little break here, run out, turn on some lights in my house since it's starting to get just a little bit dark here, and more importantly, grab a refill for my drink, make sure we're staying hydrated as we make our way through the dungeon. But, oh, and Rift Wizard is pretty fun. Yeah, I've heard really good things around Llama, so I feel like I have to try it out sometime. And though you find you force builds harder than you should, I mean, hey, I'm a big pro opponent of that style of gameplay. Even in DCSS, I often find myself leaning more towards theme and style rather than just pure what are my best odds of winning. Sometimes I like to have a little fun with it, throwing some weird things here or there. So I can definitely appreciate and respect that. But I will be right back. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you in just a second. Okie dokie. Let's pour this bad boy into my glass real quick. Also had to ditch the sweater because finally taking a moment to stop thinking about DCSS in our chats, realized that I was starting to get far too warm. As is generally the case once I get going on a good DCSS run. But perfect. And Cracky, you've always had fun with Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead too? Yeah, that's one that I need to give a better shot to. I think I played it once, like, for probably only like 5 minutes. I probably just did the tutorial. But I need to come back to that one at some point. It seemed fun. And you like DCSS, would rather be forced to flee for your life sometimes. That's fair enough. Cogmind, Infra Arcana, Rogue, etc. force that. That's definitely fair enough. That, you know, it adds a certain measure of I'm trying to think of what the word I'm looking for. It does kind of come back to theme again and having a little bit of a minor horror aspect. I like that though. Yeah, Cogmind seemed interesting. Brogue, I heard really good things about the art style, so I do want to check that one out at some point. Because I have a lot of appreciation for people who can make a good tile set turn beautiful. Or was that the one that even people said that the ASCII version was also gorgeous, because they did really good things with the art there. Can't remember completely, but I haven't heard of Infra Arcana, but might have to check that one out at some point as well. Add it to the long list of games that I'd like to eventually at least dip my hand into a little bit, try it out, give it a shot. We'll see. Unfortunately, as you continue to get older, days just get busier somehow. Less and less time to indulge myself, but I'm sure I can find some time to have some good fun in that regard. Hello, my Spriggan friends. Bernier's Vile Clutch is going to do wonders against some of these more evasive buddies here. You know, Gamapunk likes Infra Arcana, and they've streamed it a few times. Cool. No, I definitely, might need to at least take a look at it sometime. I like to generally at least give that much of a benefit of the doubt. So you can so often find stuff that is really kind of new, interesting, and exciting, which is always fun. Always enjoy that. It's one of those things where it's funny that I have played DCSS for as long as I have, because I feel like, in general, I'm the type of person who very much fluctuates between games that I'm playing at the moment. I'm very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not streaky. Jeez Louise. That got rough real fast. Let's maybe think about this for a brief moment instead of blindly stumbling my way through. Fear Scroll is going to do nothing. Can I kill this ghost crab quickly? Not sure I can. You're mited, so you're going to hurt real bad. You're also constricting me. Not like this. Please, not my Peter. Not my poor boy. How much health do you have, friend? Probably a good 25. Acid one can deal... What is that, 32? So it's possible. You know what, I probably don't die in one turn. Interesting. Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is a game that you can't get into because it just about how long you can last, kind of like Dwarf Fortress, no real win condition. That's fair enough. Yeah, it's really like kind of self-motivated. You need to really have some goals that you want to achieve, and if not, then yeah, it's just not really gonna work out. I can feel that for sure. Narkowski, you feel the same way? You have trouble enjoying roguelikes without win conditions just fire too? Yeah, I feel like on my own, I'll really enjoy them for a short amount of time, and then I'll kind of putter off. The flip side of that is generally where I'm playing with people. Like playing some, what's that? Project Zomboid. is a game that has no real goal set whatsoever. It's just exactly that entire idea of just surviving. And so on my own, I barely played it, but in a group of people where we constantly had like group missions where it's like, let's just all go out on an adventure in this direction and try and clear whatever we come across. And that kind of kept it exciting, you know, making big build projects as a group. That also helps out. But in general, yeah, that self-motivated adventuring can be hit or miss depending on the person for sure. Do I try and just take a step back, or is that risking too much? Do at some point have to actually make a decision instead of constantly just getting excited about what we're discussing. In fact, I could go for a... Let's go for a teleport. I'm gonna drink 1 heal wounds and then take a step back. Oh my gosh, now I wish I wasn't teleporting. Saved? Instead though, I can't waste any magic just in case we landed somewhere horrible. But it all worked out. We're alive. Hurrah. Don't immediately die upon delving into an S branch like we did last week, so that's nice. I will gladly take that. And all of you buddies can slowly but surely be grabbed. I'm gonna reach out and grab you. Hydropal, what do I do with you? Guess we can start with just blasting, get some of our magic back. Thank you, Vey. You are a treasure. That just about does it. Fantastic. Fire magic is up to 4. Whoop whoop. Slowly but surely. Oh, she's chugging along. We'll see if I end up regretting that decision. Let's grab all of you. There we go. Now we're lined up quite nicely. Not quite to grab all of you, it looks like, but pretty dang close. Perfect. Just shaking hands, exactly. Just being friendly. Offering hand first as I go up, and just because my hands come up from the ground, grab you by the legs, and completely restrain your ability to move, act, can't really breathe, doesn't mean I'm not trying to, you know, be nice. Jeez. Just being nice, gosh. Guess they're not ready for a nice guy TM like Peter here. Okay, let's reach out and grab you. Perfect. Wow, even the giant toad dying to that was a shock to me. I kind of expected them to keep coming at me after the fact, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I will take it gladly. Well, let's just reach out and grab you. Perfect. Definitely put that into intelligence. Slowly but surely making our way back up to where we were before we had to ditch the 1 intelligence ring, so that's kind of nice. Ooh, and if we can hit the Hydra and our swamp worm friend at the same time, that also works great for me. Both of you could stand in my sight at the same time. That would also be just lovely. Thank you kindly. And that should just about do it. Lovely. This run has definitely caused me to have some, or is going to cause me to have some problems moving forward in the future. How am I ever supposed to play a character that doesn't have Bjornir's Vile Clutch now? I've become addicted to the hands. And if I can't throw these hands, then what the heck are we even doing here, you know? Want to engage in some of the old fisticuffs as much as we possibly can. Okay, but this time it's just you and not the morass of the different enemies, and ghost crab by themselves, not quite as terrifying. I am glad that we didn't have to waste the blink scroll in that encounter earlier, so it does all kind of work out, but definitely an interesting decision at the time that I was very much concerned would lead to an early re-death, I guess. It's the best way to phrase it for the undead. Maybe? No, nomenclature gets a little fuzzy at that point, to say the least. Let's grab both of y'all real quick. In fact, if everyone wants to come into my hallway of fun, perfect, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the chance to engage with me on my own level. I'm sorry that it does not in any way end well for you, because you are in fact dead now. In fact, you can't even hear me making this little spiel, but hey, it is what it is. We're all just doing our best in this cold, dark world we live in, eh? Aren't we? Alright, I need to also remember that my arms cannot come out of the water. So swamp, maybe not the best place for us to have started off on our journey. At least we don't have shoals, though. Shoals would be much worse. Rift Wizard is a great game. You know, I thought you might, if you came in during that conversation, I thought you might have that opinion. But no, it definitely is on the list for something I want to check out. It seemed really fun. I enjoyed watching you play at 9th. Seemed really cool. It's definitely on there. You're all finished up with Cogmine though, right? Because I know that you were pretty much at the end of your playing of that and went back to DCSS and whatnot. Would you still recommend Cogmine, or have you kind of soured off of it a little bit? And Rift Wizard makes you so happy? That's awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what we all want in a video game, right? At the end of the day, that's kind of the whole point. So that's pretty much the best kind of a recommendation you can get for a game, in my opinion. It's definitely on the short list to check out. Let's get these sons of guns down real quick. You can't recommend Cogmine because you didn't like it, but you still think it's worth it to try, so I figure out if I like it or not. Nice, yeah, I can appreciate that for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'll feel in it, but at the very least, if I find myself in an extra couple of, I guess more than a couple minutes probably, but some extra time down the road, I'll probably at least check it out. It doesn't, yeah, it's not super drawing, or a big draw to me, I guess I should say, but that's fine. Differences in perception of reality and everything. Definitely, yeah, that's fair enough. So maybe I'll try it out, but definitely something like Rift Wizard is probably a little bit higher on the agenda, if just by a little bit even. Do I try and take this bunny up upstairs? Let's just find a different stairwell. I don't like that stairwell. It's dangerous. And I know what you're thinking. Aren't all the stairwells dangerous? And you're right, they are. Some stairwells are definitely scarier than others. Oh gosh. So will you follow me upstairs? Oh gosh. This is not how I want to die. I'm trying to risk it and just going up the stairs. Let's play it a little bit safer. I'm just gonna read fear. I'm gonna kill you. Gonna try to kill you. There we go. Perfect. Never doubt in my mind. Never didn't have it, but let's head back down. Eventually this this bunny up is gonna come for us. In fact, speak of the devil, and let's test. Ah. So the zombie hands might have they might have broken out of the constriction, or it don't matter. Interesting. It's definitely good to note. Let's head back down. I want to zombie hands you. And if I could just make sure that you stay contained in the zombie hands, that would be lovely. Let's just head upstairs here. Let's not get too fancy. Don't get too big for your own britches. And instead, just play it a wee bit safe here. Make sure we kill these sons of guns the old-fashioned way. And we should have one more stairwell, so we'll head off that direction. Hello, Nicola. Nice to see you. We do not have any resistance to electricity. So I guess that makes this a pretty easy decision at the end of the day, right? So that's kind of nice. Just gonna have to be a no from me. Do I try and finish Swamp still? Think so. Drop an exclusion on that bad boy. We do not want to be there again anytime soon. Then we can just kind of blast our way through these sons of guns, or at least we should be able to. Also, shallow water you can BVC. I guess just not deep water, but interesting. One day I'll understand this spell, maybe. No promises, of course. Will-o-wisp down. I should also make sure to drop a quick one of those, potentially even one of these. Let's just stay away from that side of the map as much as we possibly can, I feel. Then we can grab ya real quick. Oh, Jorgrund also hanging out here. How about that? Iron Shot is a range of 4. So if I grab you, I can hit you and you can't hit me. Ooh. Now I'm in 4, but now I'm not. You son of a gun. You absolute fool. Unfortunately, can't quite employ the same tactics against our buddy down there, Nicola, but should be a-okay. In fact, we already have a couple of stairwells, so we have all 3 stairwells, so we don't even need to finish this floor. So let's not. Let's play it a little bit safer, shall we? Head down here. Ooh, what have you got? Our poison, willpower, blink. I mean, it's not bad, but +1. Not worth giving up the Archmagi robes, I don't think. Oh, geez Louise. Hard decisions everywhere. And we are on Swamp 4 now. It's important to take note of. Kind of rushed our way through here. You have a Kite Shield of Reflection. So let's be a little bit cautious that we're not the artificer of our own demise. That seems less than ideal, if you ask me. We can kind of kite you. You also have a Scimitar of Holy Wrath, you son of a gun. Jeez Louise. Do you have anything else that is non-reflectable? Not so much, eh? We're just gonna reach out and grab you then. Maybe one of these. See how it goes. And again, reach out and grab you and kill you. Perfect. I do eventually, I feel, want to train up shields, because that might be really nice. Shield of Reflection. I can get down with that for sure. So Vampiric Dagger, I don't think we're ever going to use, so I think we can just pretty safely drop that for the moment here. I thought Zombie Hands was a no-go, right? What was I thinking? It's now very quickly becoming my favorite spell in the game. Showing just how much credence each and every one of us should put in my thoughts on any subject, really, at the end of the day. Let's reach out and grab ya. And perfect, made it to the stairs in one piece. We could have, I guess, maybe tried to kill the Swamp Dragon, but better safe than sorry. Oh my gosh, another one of you? Get out of my swamp! You as well, even though I don't hate you with the burning passion quite as much as the ghost crab. But no, like I said, I've flipped the full 180 save, and now I feel like I'm gonna have a horribly debilitating addiction to this spell. And I'm gonna think that any spellcaster I play that doesn't have BVC is just, oh, it feels so underpowered. Like, how am I supposed to kill anything? Jeez. Over-reliance incoming. Get ready for it. Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna snatch me. I guess there we go. You did indeed do so in the end, so surprise, surprise. You know what? Fine. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, fine, I will kill you, but looks like we're not quite as well prepared as I initially expected / hoped, and you know what? Nah. I'm not paid enough to deal with that nastiness, you know? So let's just head into a different stairwell here. I also don't know, is this gonna be Lerny? I haven't been paying attention to notice if there's any like crashing and banging going on in the distance here. Penstriders are still highlighted red. How about that? It should be a decent matchup for us though, I feel. Maybe that's not exactly accurate, but definitely seemed okay there. If we'd had a few more turns in the sledge, things might have started to look a little nasty, but that didn't happen. So let's not even consider it for a moment, right? That's how good planning goes. Didn't happen that one time. It is never going to happen, and why should you even worry about it in the slightest? Perfect. A bit low experience level for this part of the game. Definitely fair enough. I'm surprised it's going this well, actually. I will agree with you there. But yeah, that would definitely make sense as to why the Fenstrider was still in red. Which is kind of weird to me, because I feel like normally when I play this game, I go into Lair as soon as I find it. Once I clear through Lair, I do my S branches. And then I like coming out to the dungeon and just rolling through levels like 10 through 15, no problem. It's definitely a scarier way to play, and I usually pay for it in some extent. But this time around, that's not so much the case, seeing as how we did do most of the dungeon. How about that? But you feel like you're almost always experience level 16 when you enter a lair branch? Yes, yeah, I'm very much used to being here far earlier than I have any right to be. But that definitely makes sense. At the end of the day, if it works, it works. That's all we can really ask for. And I say that now, well, in high spirits, feeling good, feeling powerful. Just give it another minute. One more, maybe 3 more near-death experiences, and I might be singing a different tune. So we have a Thorn Hunter also approaching. Thorn Hunter has joined the chat. Can I just grab all of you? Okay, you, friend, have a range of 5. Here I thought we were out of range already, but that does make sense. Let's just reach out and grab both of you again. Reach out and grab both of you. Begin to sense a pattern here. And we'll just keep grabbing you. Make sure that Thorn Hunter does not get out of the arms that we send their way. Perfect. Otherwise, we should actually be okay. Lovely. Get offered LRD, which we could learn. We could learn LRD even just to better take care of Elf. Makes Elf 3 a lot easier, especially if you get lucky with where those emerald walls get placed in the final vault area. Something to think about for sure. So let's take a look. How are things coming along? Ignition is finally on its way down. We're definitely forcing this a little bit, but I think they'll be fine in the long run. We have a lot of experience to go around. Let's head up and not immediately face off against the Ice Dragon. Probably should have the Ring of Ice on, no? Yeah, I should. Don't need the willpower. The AC might wish that I had that back, but that should be enough to work. Perfect, and then we can just swap back to that bad boy. Ring of Ice can go. Perfect. Alright, who else wants what? Come at me, Hydra Pals. Spriggan Druid comes into view. Chose the wrong time, right as I'm completely out in the open without a tree in sight. Okay, definitely need to be careful with the Hydra. Oh gosh. Know how quickly the hubris disappears. But again, this is that kind of near-death experience that will whip me into shape. Make sure that I'm actually paying attention in the future. All that matters there is that I must survive this one encounter if possible. We have one more fear scroll for getting desperate. We have one more blinking scroll for getting desperate. Do I think I can survive even a single turn next to a 7-headed Hydra, as well as a tree? Don't love it. Don't love it for sure. Oh me oh my. Oh, how the turns table. Well, how careful do I wish to be here? Definitely don't want to lose Peter like this. So that leads me towards wanting to escape. I guess with Acrobat, they have a 27% chance to hit me. They'd have to hit all 7 times. Let's take one step at least. Facing 31 evasion, can't rely on it. Oh, such is the way of evasion, is it not? Never can really rely on it, unfortunately. But can always rely on a good old Scroll of Fear. And let's just grab out, at least it stops the Forest Rage. Wow, even you hurt more than I expected, which makes sense now that I think about it. 3d18, no cold resistance. Oof. Oh, geez Louise. Well, could go with one more heal wounds. Hydra's at least dead. Let's reach out and grab you real quick. Kind of heading into danger territory here, which I don't love. I'm being upfront about things here. I guess we could just start blasting, though. Can I do a sneaky little reach? No? No, not so much? That's fine. We'll just kill you. And then we're not quite there, but there we go. Perfect. Oh, geez, it's never over. But at least this buddy we can kind of just safely run away from, and I'm not too concerned. In fact, our lovely zombie arms do the trick. Fantastic. Those trees did look mad, did they not? I don't know what their problem is. I mean, sure, as a species, us, well, I was gonna say us humans. I guess this vampire might have been a human once, so maybe the trees, you know, saw that. They thought, now these are the people who've been tearing us apart, destroying entire habitats built from us. Honestly, I'm kind of on the trees' side of that one. They could just be cool about it, you know? So that's so much to ask for, that they ignore hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands of years of trauma to their genius as a whole. At the end of the day, who haven't humans traumatized? Okie dokie. How far do I want to take this joke? Honestly, probably should have thought of that before running with it. Instead, just take a sip of the drink. When you can't think of what to say, that's always a go-to solution to that issue. Save face by just hiding it in a cup. Trees don't even have any blood to drink. You'd think they'd be okay with vampires. You'd think so, right? But again, if we used to be a human, then all they're gonna see is some fangs ready to suck, and humans definitely do a decent amount of eating of tree blood. I guess it's not necessarily a one-to-one relationship with blood, but you'd think there'd be some overlap with sap. Sap and blood. Maybe, just maybe. Unless vampires can live on maple syrup or something. I mean, have they ever tried it? Because maybe they'd learn a little something. As a Canadian, I I'm legally obligated to say that you can in fact survive off of nothing but maple syrup, and I think vampires should give it a go. I mean, isn't maple syrup just tree blood? Doesn't that make Canadian secret tree vampires safer? Don't say anything else. Don't share all of our biggest secrets. I'm already giving away too much about my Canadian brethren. The people don't need to know about what we do on the weekends and on our spare time, you know? That's just for us Canadians. Are you sure you're not secretly Canadian, Safid? You know all the secrets of the ooze. Has someone been betraying our kind? Maybe that's it. Maybe we have a mole that's been sharing everything. Your wife's from Vermont and she's basically Canadian. Aha, I knew it. We do have a mole. Of course. Finally, the truth comes out. Oh no, now every time I take a sip from my drink, people will know that I'm just hiding the fact that I had nothing more to say. All my secrets are being leaked live in front of the studio audience. How about that? Well, all is well. It ends well. And maybe I'll just have to... I don't know where my brain was going with that. Don't want to threaten to kill all of Twitch chat that is so lovely and supportive and filled with fantastic individuals? I don't think I do, surprisingly enough. Even as a joke. Unless they share the Canadian secrets, and then it's no holds barred. That's the thing. We pretend to be all polite and whatnot here in Canada, but we're actually all vicious monsters, terrible people, and we will end you at the drop of a hat. Sounds about right. Okie dokie, as we start our way through Snake here, things are already looking terrifying. Especially since I don't have any electricity resistance, which is exactly what killed our last character, so you'd think I would learn from my mistakes and maybe, you know, change gears a little bit, make sure that we're not coming here before we're fully prepared to do so, but I won't. And that's it. No reason, no logic, just nah, not me. When you met, she gave you candy made from, as far as you can tell, maple syrup poured into the snow, like some kind of snow tree candy. Like that was a normal thing to eat. Sounds normal to me. I don't know, maybe you're all the weird ones. You ever think about that? It is good. You're right, Narkowski. It's delicious for sure. You know, it's hard to go wrong. I mean, copious amounts of sugar is a pretty straightforward key to the kingdom when it comes to human taste buds as a whole. Though I do definitely throw caveats in there because I'm somebody who doesn't have much of a sweet tooth, and even I can appreciate a good snack here or there. Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh, two of you? What the heck is even that? Can I? No, I cannot do this. Let's maybe do one of those. Cha-cha-cha. I'm gonna reach out and stab ya. I'm gonna reach out and grab ya, then I'm gonna reach out and stab ya. Much lesser known hit song. Okay, who else? Who else wants what? Perfect. Not too shabby here. It's actually kind of surprising, or maybe not very surprising, how many Canadian snacks are derivatives of how can I make snow delicious. Snow cones are also such a good summer treat. So simple, so elegantly simple, you know? Truly is a wonder to behold. But let's definitely kill this Mana Viper before we come to regret it, and oh gosh. You know what? No, nobody sees, none of you see nothing, okay? Okay, I guess they did see something in the end here. But, oh hey, stairs. Perfect. In that case, I'm probably just gonna hang out here for a little bit and try and see what havoc we can wreak. Answer? Not very much. That just about got to the end of our havoc quota. But it was fun while it lasted, was it not? Now you kids, let's definitely reach out and grab ya. Then do the Lord's work with some stone arrows. Fantastic. You don't know if you've ever heard of a snow cone being elegant? Honestly, I don't know what kind of company you keep. Is there anything more refined, more sophisticated than chunks of frozen ice with cheap flavor syrup poured over it? Because if there is, then I don't want to know. That's all I need in life. There's nothing quite like it. To be fair, I am a simple man. Don't even like snow cones that much, but I can throw on the love, throw some appreciation their way when necessary, or when completely unnecessary. I guess at the end of the day, nobody's paying me to shill for Big Snow Cone, at least not yet. But if Big Snow Cone is listening to this, I mean, you got your sponsor right here. Sure, I don't have the biggest audience or anything like that, but I think that you're probably kind of lacking in spokespeople, so at me, Big Snow Cone. Let me know what I can do for you. And with that, baptism out of the way, I mean, that's all I really came here today to do, so I guess stream's over. Hope everyone had a good time. It's actually just coming to try and pitch my way into being the next big marketing team for snow cones, the one and only. Okay, jeez Louise. Should probably take a brief moment here. Stretch out. Something I don't do enough when we're playing. Make sure that I'm not... Oh, jeez, yeah, I did something weird there in my arm. Just trying to stretch a little bit. Well, in general, I need to stretch more in my day-to-day life as well. I feel like I'm one of the more inflexible people that I know. Hashtag sponsored. Again, I wish. I wish. One day. One day in the future. But it's snow cones or bust. I don't want no one else's money. I only can shill out for that I love most in this world. Shaved ice. Really crappy shaved ice. Again, with just the cheapest flavor syrup you've ever had. It's basically what they put into pop machines on the back end. Pour it all over, just drizzled on top. Pretty sure you get them like 25 cents for the liter. But, oh geez, I probably just blew my only... Shouldn't be saying this. I'm blowing my only chance at a sponsorship. Who knows, maybe Big Snow Cone was listening. I've been a fool.